Hello farmers and welcome back to New Hope on a Tuesday. Hopefully everyone's Tuesday is going well. It's June and from where we left off yesterday, I got to plant some poppy first thing. Get that field taken care of right over there. I got 13,000. Is that enough cash to fill up our drill? It might be. Only one way to find out. If not a problem. We got some stuff from the vegetable factory that we can sell. I'll probably sell it today anyways, but I want to get the poppy planted. First, let me switch this over to poppy in the drill so I don't plant the wrong thing. Let's go ahead and open up our cart so we can fill this up. I think I filled up with seed, and then fertilizer. I think that's the way we've been doing it. So let's just jump right over to here and start filling. Let's see if I got the cash to do this. I'm thinking maybe not, but I'm down to 5,000. I don't want to start planting the field unless I'm full on fertilizer and seed, because this is a pretty big field. Alright, we'll leave that running, let it warm up. Let's jump into our Mercedes and we'll go grab this stuff right over here. Hello FS Farmer and Farmer Root. Welcome. Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday so far. It is Tuesday. Yeah, it is Tuesday. Just want to be sure about that. So we got 2,000 liters of ketchup, chili sauce, chili tomato salad, 3,000 liters, and 3,000 liters of canned corn so far. This vegetable factory is a little bit OP. Do we got more? I think that's all we currently have. I mean, that's fine. That's still going to be a pretty good amount of money coming on in. Alright, Mercedes, get on down to the village. We'll sell this and we can buy the rest of our fertilizer and get to planting. Kind of hoping today that with the money that we earn, maybe buy more land to kind of prep for planting some vegetables next year. It's kind of the plan, but we'll see. Oh yeah, probably got to cut down a few more trees as well. I'm starting to feel like I'm doing a little bit of Lumberjacks Dynasty kind of a thing. We got so many wood productions going. We got, oh boy, I'm not going to get them all right. We got the carpentry, we got the paper mill, we got the furniture factory, we got the empty pallet production, and we also got the sawmill. So we got 5 productions that require wood. Wow, 58 and 8, so 60, wait, yeah, about $67,000. Well, yeah, I was at 0 and I'm up to 66. So $67,000 from the veggie factory. That's why I'm only running so many products in there. I could turn on a lot more, but yeah, we're just making way too much money from that vegetable factory, which is right now okay because I got millions of dollars of things to spend it on. Said your name correctly? I'm getting better at things, slowly but surely. Just hardwired your internet, 1,000 down, 150 megs up. I got my new internet about last year, and 1,000% pleased with my internet. I don't think I've lost internet except just for a few minutes here and there in the past year. And usually it's because my modem is updating. And that's pretty much it. And the speeds are just fabulous, and the price, can't complain about the price either. Alright, rest of fertilizer. Hello, Lindsay. Hope you're having a good Tuesday so far. Let's fold that up. I'm going to be making a lot of mistakes today because I am exhausted. Did not sleep worth a darn last night. I hate being a night person. Well, a part of me likes being a night person. It's just that when you work and gotta do stuff during the day, that sucks. I may go back to when winter gets here, which is not far away, sadly. I may go back to streaming 2 times a day. Did we not turn on? Okay, now we're fired up. Yeah, fiber internet much better than I had before. Yep, that's why I got fiber internet. 2.5 gigs up, 2.5 gigs down. Ever play Mud Runner? I did for a little bit. I played Mud Runner. I never made videos on Mud Runner, but I played it maybe for about 10 hours, and then I was kind of prepping for when Snow Runner came out back in 2020. And I just never... I mean, Snow Runner was just that much better than Mud Runner, in my opinion. And yeah, I can't keep up with Snow Runner. If I did nothing but Snow Runner live streams, I could probably have enough content, or the game has enough content to keep me busy for like the next 6 or 7 months. I also saw that today, that American Truck Simulator, and I'm guessing Euro Truck probably as well, patch 1.56 has now gone live. I am not going to play ATS for a couple of days now. Wait for all my mods on the workshop to get updated. So in today's stream, of course, we're starting off by doing a little bit of planting. But as you can see, we are in the month of June. So once we get this field taken care of and we get to July, we'll have to weed this field. But we should be getting right into harvesting today, I do believe. We have rye and millet, which I don't know, when is rye and millet? When's harvest time for those 2 crops? Let's see, millet looks like earliest is August, and rye is probably going to be the same. Rye is September, so August is going to be the earliest that when we get to harvest season. Because sunflowers and corn... Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what I planted yesterday. So yeah, sunflowers, corn, that's going to be October. Poppy is going to be poppy is going to be October as well. So August. So yeah, we'll definitely get to harvesting. Shouldn't take me too long to get this field done. I thought about hiring a worker for this, but I really don't have any other work to do on the farm, so I would just be paying someone to plant a field while I just kind of run around, just looking at what we have accomplished so far. I did see when I logged in today, I got over 100 hours on this map now. I did see on the mod hub a lot of updates today to mods, so keep your eye open for mods that you've been using. Like always, I always recommend reading what the update to the mod is, and if it's not too important to you, then maybe not bother with the update, because sometimes that could break things, as some people have been finding out most recently. I try to go on the whole thing of it's not broke, don't fix it. I think that is rain in the forecast. Hopefully it's not hail. We've had a lot of hail this year, although I don't think I've taken a lot of hail damage. Still have not had a twister on this map. Finally had it on Shamburgo, and that was like in year number 5. I'm in year number 10 on New Hope without a twister. Alright, so a few minutes just to go around to get the first headland done. Yeah, I think my next purchase for the farm is going to be plot number 1, which is the lot of land all the way to the left. If we bought everything else in this corner, might as well buy plot number 1. Since I've been talking about getting into vegetables and such, that could be like one of our veggie fields. Oh yeah, I need to make sure... Okay, after this we have to go around and make sure our greenhouses are full of water. I may also buy some manure and put it into the greenhouses. Just to top them off, because I think we're probably getting a tad bit low on a few of them. Oh yeah, we should be able also to sell some horses today, so that'll be some good income. So much better. I don't like having a field looking like this with weeds and stubble from the past year's harvest. But you can't plant poppy until June. Seems kind of late. I don't think I can finish the whole field with the amount of seed and fertilizer I have. I think I usually run out in this field. And planting poppy in this field, it usually nets me about $250,000 of poppy. About 225, 250. I guess all depends on how well the pH value is in this field. I think we put lime down in it a couple years ago. 2 harvests ago, so it's not going to be great, but it's not bad either. Someone did leave a comment from last time when we harvested, and they noticed that because all my field says needs rolling, they said if I roll my fields I'll get a lot more crop. Not a whole lot more. I think with precision farming, rolling the fields, I think it nets you like 1%, maybe 1.5%. So if I get 100,000 liters off this field, if I were to roll a field, I would probably get an extra 1,000 liters of poppy, which on hard economy pretty much means about $1,000 more. That does not seem worth it to me at all. I think the cost of running machinery and buying the machinery to get the fields rolled, I think I actually lose money by doing that. Now, if it was part of the game where rolling, if it was kind of like in Seasons in 19 where you could actually have parts of the field that didn't germinate because of temperatures or what have you. If rolling became part of that, as to where if you didn't roll the field and that way the soil didn't really contact the seed well, that means the seed didn't germinate. That would mean like not just gaining 1% yield, but also losing crop in a field because it didn't grow. I don't know, maybe in the next version of PharmaSim, aka maybe FS28, not only will we have air temperature, but we'll have ground temperature and moisture for the soil to deal with. I don't know, maybe Giants doesn't want to go that far because then it gets to be too much work. But again, they could always, like I say, have an option where we can turn that kind of stuff on or off. You only roll grass each time as the bonus. The bonus stays forever when you roll grass. Doesn't rolling grass also give you a stage of fertilization? Not in precision farming, I don't think it does, because it didn't in 22. At some point, I think I need to upgrade our drill here. Get a bit bigger one. What would be the next upgrade that I have for the drill? This is a 18 meter wide drill. What is this one? This is almost a 20. Then we have a 25. And then, of course, then we got like the 30, 30, the 30. That would cost me 3... Oh, wait, where's your tank? $300. That would cost me $700,000 for that upgrade. Man, everything I'm looking at now is like $500,000 for this, $500,000 for that. Sunflowers are looking good. I wonder if this air cart would work with... Because that's a vertistad. And this is a vertistad. I wonder if that air cart would work with this. It's a different mod, so I'm not sure if it would. It might be something we have to test. You would think somehow the seed carts would work with most of any of the drills, but I don't know. It goes faster than the Seed Hawk. What's it, like 9 and 11? Let's see. This goes... Oh, that goes 7. That goes 11. This goes 9. But yeah, it's $120,000 difference as well. How much horsepower? 600. Ooh, that's pushing... The Big Roy is not going to like that at all. I mean, the Big Roy is 600 horse. That's almost like Big Bud territory. But I got to keep my priorities straight. I'm still trying to add to the farm. Not really do upgrades too much yet. I mean, if I really wanted to advance, we could ramp up the vegetable production to start making a whole bunch of other stuff. But then the money would just be coming in way too fast. It was supposed to be another series where I don't have many production buildings, and I got like a dozen of them. I just wanted a handful. And both of them should be direct drills. Very important to have a direct drill with precision farming. So we'll have to take care of the weeds in this next month. So that's probably the only thing I'm going to do in July. And then we'll get to August where it should be a quick harvest because it's the smaller fields that will be ready. I might actually get this field done with the amount of fertilizer I have. It's going to be close. Man, like I said, I didn't sleep too well last night. I'm just trying to wake up still. Or get going. Oh yeah, so I was going to check. I noticed it on New Hope. Sorry, not New Hope. I'm on New Hope. Shamburgo. So Giants must have updated it in the last patch, and I just didn't see it. Usually after I planted, I thought it used to say weeds growing, and we couldn't see the weeds because, you know, they're not really, I mean, they're there. They just haven't sprouted up yet. But now we can see this says needs lime, needs rolling. Does not say weeds are growing. But we will have weeds in this field next month. So it must have been something they patched, what was that, a couple weeks ago? I did not read the patch notes. Not often I read patch notes. I usually just jump into a game and go, oh, that's different. Or that's new. Hello, Patrick. Welcome. Hope you're having a nice Tuesday so far. I'm doing not too bad for a Tuesday. Hopefully we can get some good stuff done on the farm today. So many things I want to buy for the farm, but need the money for that. Got to organize my sheds a little bit more. And the shed I do want to buy, that's going to be 200 grand. Well, just under 200 grand. And that way I can organize some stuff a little bit better. I also want to buy a plot of land. So I'm talking about maybe spending over, you know, $750,000 today, but I don't quite have that. The shed we should be able to afford today. Oh, I just realized I should be selling dry corn. Dry corn, I think, in June is not a bad price. Dry corn, $705 out of $771, and the price is still going up. I haven't done the realistic animal mod yet. I use a few different ones in FS22. I was actually thinking before the stream today about getting rid of our chickens on this farm. Again, I just put down the chickens just to change the scenery a bit throughout the stream by going down there and having to take care of them. But man, it's always so foggy down there, and then it's getting to be a little bit of a chore just to take care of the chickens when I don't really need the eggs for anything. I mean, the money coming from the eggs is nice, but other than that, since we're getting a lot of other things to do on the farm, maybe sell the chickens at some point. Slow burn, not a multiplayer compatible. Well, I don't want to say try to. I don't really play multiplayer that much. I have visited a few farms in 25, but not on camera. I do it off camera. We did talk about when 25 came out about having a multiplayer server for the channel, but I don't think we're going to get enough people that will play on it. And then it's going to be kind of hard to make everyone happy of what mods you are running. And at this stage, I'm also thinking that I would have to maybe make it just a channel member kind of a thing, because I know I would have a few people in there that would just love to just drive around the fields and destroy everything. This was a sorghum field last year, I believe. That's why we didn't have to plant sorghum this year, because we got loads of it. The chickens and horses got plenty of feed for the next couple of years, I think. So yeah, if I were to upgrade this drill in the future, I'm going to need a, sounds weird saying it, a bigger tractor. I don't think I've used big buds in FS25 yet. This might be the map to do it on. Because as I said, the map after this one is probably going to be a tiny, tiny one. Because I have not really done a tiny farm where I just use a small equipment. We always start off with small-ish equipment, but within no time we're getting up to the medium-sized stuff, and then eventually the large stuff. So getting on a small map where you don't need the big equipment is kind of nice, because it kind of forces you, well, I shouldn't say forces you, but you would definitely play with a smaller equipment. Big Bud is better than 25 over 22 for top speed. Can't remember where I used... Oh, I know where I used the Big Buds. That would have been Oceanside Forest. I think on that modded Big Bud in 22, I was using the quad. We had quad wheels. I needed so many wheels for the traction for the drill. I started off on the Big Bud with just dual wheels on it, and we had so much slippage. I went to triples, still had tire slippage. Went to quads, and that solved the problem. And I do believe it was with that 30-meter wide drill in 22 that I was using. Still got 30% of fertilizer. Yeah, it's going to be kind of close. Usually the way my luck is, I'll get on the last row, and that's when I'll run out. I don't know, maybe the next land I should buy should be going that direction, just because the land will have less trees than plot number 1 has. Yeah, I would have liked to play on the updated version of New Hope, because the texture on the ground, I guess, was redone and kind of patched and fixed. You can see in the ground where I'm fertilizing all the patches that we see. Although if I bring up this map here, we can see fertilizer is being laid evenly. But looking at the map, we're getting kind of like a stripe pattern in this field. But yeah, it definitely requires a new save for the update, and I'm not doing all that. Unless the update brought a lot more changes to it, it wasn't worth it to redo everything to get it to where we had it. Yeah, it looks like we actually might get this field done with the fertilizer that we have. I still got 25% left. Got a good amount of seed left. Actually, it's taken me quite a while to plant this field. And here comes the rain. So that's why upgrading this drill in the future might be a thing. It's going to be, what, 45 minutes to plant this one field, but I don't have any other work to do. I mean, I got a little bit of work, but I'd be, you know, it's going to take me like 5 minutes to do all that. Hello, Panther Killer. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. So the one thing that we kind of saw yesterday we were talking about, I think when it rains, you lose a little bit of traction in the field, or anywhere for that matter. Because I was getting some pretty good wheel slippage in a few fields yesterday when we were planting away. Just a few more passes though. And this field will be a sea of red when September comes, when the poppy blossoms. It's going to have red everywhere. One thing I noticed that either this tractor has a huge fuel cell or it just doesn't burn through the fuel as much as you would think it would. And I don't know what I was thinking, but we got plenty of fertilizer. Alright. Let's pack this thing up, put it away. But planting for year number 10 is done. Yeah, I would think this air cart would work with the other Vertistat, but yeah, just one way to find out. Are my headers slowly dancing to the left? That's what looks like what's happening over there. Or is that the way I actually parked them? Or have I run into them like I just did there? I'm not going to try to back up that header. Alright, let's go give this a rinse, although using it in the rain, it should have been cleaning it anyways. Is my planter in here walking forward? Yeah, it has. Wish that planter would have an update. And we'll throw this in on here. Deutz. Oh, teleported. First thing I teleported to is the Deutz. Have I ever created molasses for FS? What does it take? While there's not a crop in the game that will create molasses, I have bought molasses. You need it for the making pellets, straw pellets and hay pellets. You can buy that on the pallets in the shop. But there might be mods out there for productions to make molasses. Hello, Wheelchair Gaming. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. And I'm not really understanding what you're saying there about my farming time update. Hello, Roxamelius. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. What's shaking? Not a whole lot. Did not sleep well last night, so I'm exhausted today, so I'm not doing a whole lot of shaking. I just hope I can not make many mistakes today. More than usual. put this back into the veggie production. And we're going to grab the trailer here as well. We're going to go buy some manure and put the manure into those greenhouses. And my sleeping patterns are kind of... It goes all the way back to when I was young anyways. My sleeping patterns just kind of suck. I'm just a night person. And yeah, I've definitely been thinking about streaming twice a day. This usual time, and maybe sometime at night I'll stream something other than... Oops, manure. Other than Farm Sim or Roadcraft. It'd be like maybe a different kind of game. I was streaming a Loft for a bit when that game came out at night, but a Loft wasn't the kind of game I was hoping it would be. Now, I haven't played the game in a while. Maybe that's had some updates and it's changed. I think I even did a couple of Planet Coaster streams at night as well. Trigger is here somewhere. This trigger is going to trigger me. You worked overnights about 75% of your adult life. Well, I've never had a nighttime job. But part of me wishes I kind of did. I'll just fill up the trailer and hopefully we can get rid of all this manure. Forgot to put ATS, just had an update today. Oh yeah, I did mention that already in the stream that ATS had an update. But when ATS has an update, I don't like to play for a couple of days because of the mods I use. They need to be updated before I jump on in. Those mods are kind of important for the series. I should have room to get around here. Watch it leave like 100 liters inside the trailer. Or how about 1,500 liters? Well, I'll just leave it there. He'll take it. The Fent. Is the Fent down? Yes, it is. The Fent is down here. Let's go grab... Let me check all my wood productions. Let's see here. Empty pallet productions. That takes... I got planks of wood beams in there, so that's fine. Sawmill. That's fine for another month. Paper factory... It's got 20,000 liters. Okay, so that's not bad. Carpentry. Yeah, so let's go get some wood for the carpentry. I think the winch I'm leaving over here at the carpentry. doing okay. Wheelchair Gaming, thanks for asking. Is this the last tree in this row? Well, the last full-grown tree in this row. Then I'll probably go back to the first row instead of just keep going to the last row. I'm calling that the first row over there. Those were replanted. And the ones over there, that's from the original set that we planted years ago. And I think I need to get another house. I almost forgot about houses. I got to check on those. But we completed our second house yesterday. And yeah, we are in the process on the third house. But I need to get... I'm going to be trying building 2 houses at a time. So I need to get another one started. And yeah, right now we're only being able to build 2 houses because I don't have a sawmill that makes prefab walls. And the ones we are building do not require that. All the other ones do. So we'll get this into the carpentry. We'll run up and check on the one house that's being built, and we'll buy the blueprint for another house and get started on that at some point. I mean, it will be today, just maybe not in this month. Hopefully that's enough into the trigger. We got a good amount of furniture, but I just want to make sure that when it comes time for the houses to get built what they needed, that we have the material. Yeah, I probably should make a road over here. Haven't done that yet, so not that I would probably use the road 100% of the time, but I keep just driving back and forth from our trees to all of our carpentry productions, our wood productions. I think that's in. So can I not take? Oh. Um. Okay. Carpentry is full. Kind of forgot it doesn't take that much wood. All right. Well, not a problem. This can come on down to the paper and cotton, or sorry, the. I keep saying cotton when it's carton. Maybe I should do cotton on this map. I keep saying it. Alright, let's drop off the winch where it belongs. Alright, let me go into construction mode. And we'll get our gravel dirt. Is that what it's called? Dirt gravel? Gravel dirt. And we'll make ourselves a road going over here. Looks like I'm going about that width. Yeah, we'll do gravel dirt out here. I think it's asphalt all around those productions, but we're going to do gravel dirt out here. And we're just going to kind of not really doing this precisely, as you can tell. Can't really whip around the landscaping tool because then it doesn't really get all the bits and pieces on the edge. We'll just do it like that. Oh, camera angles just whipping around everywhere. There we go. And then maybe... yeah, let's do it like that. Yes, up to here to constructibles. Let's whip around like so. So I'm gonna every other one, so I need to build this one here. So yeah, you just need to overlap with another object. It does not. Alright, place it there. We are good. Alright, let's jump up to the houses. So now we're building 2 again. This one does need 1 of each of the wood. I need a landscaper on this one, but I finished it late yesterday. As you can see, we did decorate this one up just a little bit. What do you need? You need 4 wood beams. Alright, so 5 wood beams in total. If I got them, which I probably don't. Because I've been selling the stuff from the sawmill. And yeah, we're just building houses just for fun. Making a small community up there because we don't have a community on the map. Actually, I got more stuff down here at the sawmill than I thought. So 1 of each, and I think I got enough for the wood beams, so we'll just grab them all. Can't grab those. Alright, let's go get the construction workers back up and going. And we can now move on to the month of July. Oh, while I was down there, I probably should have made sure the post office was running. Oh well. Yeah, we did buy our post office vehicle yesterday too. Alright, so this one in the first stage needs one of everything. And now we'll go deliver these to the other place. Perfect, I think. Yep, we should be all set for that. Let me just park the Fent right there. That'll be fine. And I don't think there's anything else I need to be doing this month. Just double check. Yeah, these horses are almost getting ready to be sold. Chickens are fine. And these horses, I'm going to have to move here in a couple of months as well, but so far they are fine as well. I noticed in 25 is taking out the list of games on YouTube when putting game title in for uploading and such. If you remember, Raxamelia, sometimes we used to type in Farming Simulator 25 when uploading your videos or stream or whatever, it would be in German. I think if you were to type in the German, type it in as German Farming Simulator 25, you'll find it that way. I don't know if you've seen that before, but yeah, YouTube Studio has been kind of, they've had some issues the past couple of weeks of things not working or having some issues there. So I'm terrible at pronouncing German. So if you went to like Google Translate and typed in Farming Simulator and translate it, and then type that in your YouTube Studio for game uploads, I think the title will show. That's been a problem ever since FS25 came out. YouTube was, when you were typing in Farming Simulator 25, it would, oh, the German side is not even there either? Okay. I've just been putting in Farming Simulator 22 for the past couple days because I'm just too lazy and tired to try to find it. Just make sure the chickens are good. Right, I think I'm all set to go to bed and get up in July. We'll get a worker to spray for the weeds because that's a big field. Oh, speaking of Sam, how did I rename my dog back to Sam? I edited it in the XML file. Yeah, so for those who don't know, since I started streaming Farming Simulator when it came out in November, our first live stream series, we got ourselves a dog, and the dog's name was Sam. And every live stream since then, we got ourselves a doghouse, and I go in to make sure to rename the dog Sam. Just got to go in the XML file and change the names. You can't change it like you can with a horse. Speaking of Sam, Sam is swimming in the pool again. No, okay, he ran through the pool. Love that dog. Oh yeah, I was going to check the sale page. What's in the sale page? Ah, yes, this stuff. Okay, so nothing that we want. Yeah, I don't... There's a couple things... Ooh, I don't like the sound of hail too much. There's a couple things about the game which is kind of confusing. So you can't rename your dog, but we can rename the horses. And also the horses... Why don't we have models for newborns, adolescent, and then adults? We got it for chickens, we got it for the sheep, goats, water buffalo, cows, pigs, but horses, we just have one model. I don't understand why they didn't do newborn and adolescents on those. Oh, I forgot to sell my corn, my dry corn. Dry corn, $6.94. It's still not a bad price. So, yeah, I mean, I could sell the corn. Let's go ahead and check the sale page, and ooh, nothing there at all. Got a good amount of material here I could sell. Yes, we got weeds, so I need the doits and start taking care of the weeds. Where did I leave the doits? Oh yeah, I think I left the doits over here. Well, I think, because, yeah, I understand you have to ride them, but I think what they should do in the game is not make it so you can't ride them till they're adults anyways. Because I know it's a simulator, but if you want to be more realistic, you're not going to ride a newborn horse. So maybe just have 2 growth stages for horses if you want. So you could have colts where you can't ride. Is that enough herbicide to get that field done? Yeah, we'll top it off. Why not? Sounds like I'm not going to use it at some point. Well, let's face it. A lot of people aren't doing the horses anyways because of the value of them, but there is a great mod on Mod Hub that increases the value of the horses, and that's not the reason why I did horses on this farm here. Again, I was doing horses on here just to do it because we haven't done it, but the same day I started the live stream, I had it all set up. The mod came out for increasing the value of horses. What button is course play? Oh, that one there. Alright, get you going like so. I will do 2 headlands, that way you got room to turn around. Generate course. Alright, and we'll hire one of the Franks, because why wouldn't you? And about a half an hour to get that job done. And that's what Poppy looks like after the first growth stage. What the heck is that noise? I have no idea what that noise is. What is that noise? Definitely in the game noise. Something, for me, I'm like, there's something wrong with my headset, so I just tabbed out of Farm Sim 25 for a second, and the noise went away. So it's definitely coming from the game. I'm not sure what that is. All right. Yes, the houses. Let's go up to the houses while that's being done. Let's see what we need up here now. I need 5 long planks. So that noise is like following me around everywhere I go, which makes no sense. So 5 long planks. And... $10 bags. 10 cement bags, 5 long planks. Well, that noise only started when I hired the courseplay worker, which is weird. I thought it was just going to be just generalized to the area, that noise, but it's following me everywhere. Alright, so 10 bags. 2, 4, 5. Alright, let's go grab those 5 planks. Long planks, not planks, but long planks. Three, 4, and number 5. It's strapped in there. Let me see something here. So is the courseplay worker causing that noise? What? Okay. Why is the courseplay worker... didn't do that yesterday. Something to do with the See and Spot spraying? I have no idea. Well, we'll have to listen to that just for about a half an hour or however long it takes for that job to get done. Or maybe once I get done doing what I can do around here, I can finish up that See and Spot weed spraying. I hired a worker yesterday with a See and Spot sprayer, didn't do that. We'll go deliver the long planks first. Because the first house wants the bags and they're kind of underneath the planks. And we are back to losing money overnight. That's because the greenhouses, all 3 greenhouses before, I was selling the lettuce directly out of them. But now we just have one greenhouse doing lettuce. Another one's doing tomatoes. And another one is doing chili peppers. But that's where we're... Oh, I grabbed the trailer somehow. That's where the vegetable factory comes in. Get you guys back on the trailer here. Yeah, eventually I want to have houses all around this set of trees here. A bit ambitious seeing that we're not even halfway around. Oh, it's going to be rough delivering up here all the time. And nothing fell out, so it's all in there. Alright, into the Mercedes. Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab this. Let's get some money into the bank. Our bank account, because it's looking kind of weak right now. So yeah, right now we're making canned corn, chili sauce, ketchup, and what's the other one? Chili tomato salad. I think we got it all. Yeah, we are getting a byproduct of organic waste and pig food, but we will sell that in the wintertime at some point. Then we'll come back, we'll grab the dry corn and just sell that, because our corn cribs are getting kind of full. We've got some more rain coming in here in the month of July. But once we get done with spraying the weeds in that poppy field, we can move on to August and we'll start harvesting. Just like that. Lovely. So I get about $50,000 a night from the veggie factory. So we're going to swap out the low loader for the grain trailer and fill up with dry corn. Guess the one thing I should have tried with the worker with the See and Spot sprayer is I should have turned, well, I didn't hear when I was using it at the beginning of the job. So something to do with the worker and course play and when it's spraying for weeds. That's why we get like the Morse code sound. Hopefully I can get this in the trigger. That should be good enough. That was corn, dry corn. Now how's it actually doing in that field? Alright, so it's got Oh, it's on the second headland going around. And while that's filling up with dry corn, are my horses like 16,800 or what are they worth? Oh, they're worth 17,000 today. Well, all right. Guess we're selling the horses right after the corn. Let's go ahead and cover up the grain there. Help keep it clean. So after I sell the horses, I can buy another shed. I think that's what I want to do. I don't like leaving... My sheds are kind of disorganized. So I need another shed so I can reorganize the way I'm parking things. And it's going to be a pretty decent sized shed. It's going to be for the harvesters mostly. And then maybe a truck and a trailer. In the trailers, I think that's what it'll fit. Alrighty, it is in. Alright, go back and grab those 8 horses in the open stable. We'll sell those. Luckily, I suppose, with this noise I'm listening to, it's bugging me, so I apologize if it's annoying you as much as it is me right now. At least it's the only field I got for weeds the rest of the year. Alright, just go on and check on something here. Give me a moment. Alright, sorry, just had to check a message. Been waiting for a return message on Discord, and it's not them, unfortunately for me. Yeah, my Deutz. What do I do with my Deutz now? Oh, my Deutz is being... that's right, my Deutz is in the field doing its thing. Alright, we'll drop this off right here, and we'll use a Fent. Actually, that house is coming along pretty good. I mean, we got a lot more steps to go, but You can see the structure as it's shown. It's getting there. Alright, so animal trailer. By the time I get to transporting all these horses, that worker might be done. Alright, click on you, move the trailer. Are they all in the trailer? There are no animals to sell or move. Alright, so they should be all in here. Doesn't show in the bottom right hand corner how many are in here. Interesting. But yeah, no animals in husbandry. So we got them all. So now I've got to find a place to put our shed down to make it look somewhat nice around here, I guess. I got the room, it's just a matter of I don't know where I want to place it yet. Yeah, so this should get us up to money-wise almost 300 grand. But I'm going to spend 180 grand, I think, on the shed. Wait, where is it? Oh, right over here. Better make sure I'm all the way in the trailer, because, I had one horse one time I thought it was selling, and it spawned on the outside of the trailer. Select. Sell. Instead of using my mouse, I should just use a keyboard, be a lot quicker. Okay, so just shy of, we're at 274. Still pretty good. Yeah, let's go. I say build a shed, but We're not building it like we are the houses. Let's go buy a shed and plop it on down. Hello, Gator. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Oh yeah, Swim Shady. I didn't see your comment either until just now. So welcome as well. Hope you both are having a good Tuesday so far. Alrighty, so let's not park where I may put the shed. Actually, I think I know exactly where I want to put the shed now. I think it'll look pretty good there. So we can park right here. Back into construction. And yeah, it's going to be... Well, let me have a look here. I have not used that shed that I'm aware of. Let's see if I can compare sizes, because size does matter. So compared to that one, I was thinking about this one, which is 25,000 more. But this one seems like it is a bigger garage. I have never... I mean, it looks nice, but to get stuff in there would kind of suck. I don't need nothing like that. I don't have the money for that either. Obviously, this is a, you know, for money-wise, this is a good one to go for. I'm actually thinking about going with this one right here. Do I have like a color scheme going on here? I do not. Customize. Solar panels. No. Oh, we can't change the color of this? Ooh, okay. Snapping on off. Place item. Cannot change the color of this garage. Well, I guess red will be it. I think that's pretty flush with that. So now let's face this way. We'll put a little space there, because I have a couple of more ideas what I want to do. I'll just place it. Wait, is that the front? Make sure I put the front in the correct way. Yoink, it's in. Alright, a little bit of space there, so what I'm going to do... Because we got a lot of asphalt here, so we're going to... maybe put this in. And we are just going to put a little bit of grass in here. And not only that, we are going to put a couple trees in. Sure. And then there we go. All right, so what I want to do wait, so this is... So that's the only door... Or... I've never used this shed before, so give me a moment. Is that the only door there? Or can I open up... Alright, so you can have one door open or the other. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. So what we are going to do, even though I'm going to be using this here very soon... We'll top it off of fuel, but we're going to park the combines in there. Not close enough to fill up. Oh, there we go. Okay. Just had to be at the right spot, I guess. Oh, good. Our course play worker is done spraying for weeds. Alright, there's the Kloss, and then the John Deere. Hopefully this will actually fit. Hopefully I can get this out of here too. For now, let's leave the corn header on there. Alright, so maybe bringing the corn header in with a harvester is not the best idea. So I guess we'll just pop the corn header in this little corner here. Oh yeah, and I might as well top this one off with fuel as well. Or it'll be like a revisit from last harvest season where I was like, oh yeah, I should refill that with fuel. Then I got it right into harvesting and we got kind of low on the fuel. What's the best shed for storing your semis? I mean, whatever one that you like to use. Basically, it's not like there's a shed for each individual thing. I just try to always mix and match what I'm doing. And then hopefully when I get enough money, we'll have our other harvesters, our veggie harvesters over here. Let's jump into the Deutz. I don't know why the worker does not fold this sprayer that well. Use boxer shorts, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I got what you're doing there, Swim Shady. I got it. Alright, so now what we can do, although this is kind of a mess in there, I'd say it's a mess, it's not too bad. I'm just trying to organize this a little bit better. We'll be making adjustments as we go. It always happens when you get yourself another shed. You start moving things around, trying to find a better place to park things. Oh yeah, the corn header would have fit in there with it. But really, the corn header shouldn't be staying on the combine itself anyways. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to move the chaser bin. Chaser bin really is going to be used very soon anyways, but I'm just trying to see where I want to place things. Alright, and then you can go into this shed over here where the combines were. Although they'll probably spend more time outside than inside the sheds. Alright, so now we got some shed space. Even when we expand the fleet, we got room to park stuff, but everything is pretty much inside. Not that header, but I hit that header when I was bringing in the drill. And I should be able to park these up a little bit better next time. Alright, let me just have a quick rundown. So, the chickens, they got feed. I need to move those eggs, I think. Horses, we'll be moving these horses over to the open stable in a couple of months. Productions, I think we're fine. Even if the sawmill now runs out, because I'm selling a lot of stuff, but maybe I should go down there and get that in there, because we are building some houses, and I don't want to run out of the planks, long planks of wood beams, so maybe we'll do that. And the greenhouses are fine. Cement, I am running out of. I got a lot of cement bags, so I think I'm going to deactivate that for a little while. I'm actually going to activate roof plates, but I'm going to leave roof plates on 100%. And cement bricks, I think I'm going to turn that off just for now as well. Actually, I need to get more stones in there. That shed I put the semi in, I think that's a modded shed. Wait, where is that? Yeah, it's that one right there. It's called the wide garage. That shed came out pretty quick in FS25, so yeah, that came out like late November, I would say. But on the mod hub, if you just search wide garage. I do like an FS25. I don't remember doing it 22, but it lists the name of the mod in the sale page. So, like this, this shed over here, this one's called the old storage shed mod. That's just called a shed mod. Bulk material bunker mod. But yeah, it's called the wide garage mod. And you can change the colors on that too. I do believe. F. Yeah, you can change the colors on it and also have solar panels on it as well. But you can change the color of it. Oh, did I not hit select? Oh, you gotta do that, wise guy. So yeah, you can change the colors of it as well. Yeah, I think I'm not going to worry about the sawmill this month, but next month we will get a tree into it. Sale page, yeah, nothing there. But let's get into harvest season, shall we? Yeah, I think we're all set and good to go. So next step, I think, money-wise, unless one of those harvesters I'm looking for comes up for sale, I think buying some land and make another field. Oh, yeah, I was going to move the eggs. Yeah, we'll go move the eggs. This is why I was thinking about getting rid of the chickens. Again, I just got the chicken coop because I wanted to get away from the farmyard a little bit and do some work down here. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy to get $80,000 worth of eggs every year. But I don't need the eggs for anything, and really I don't need the chickens for anything other than bringing them, visiting them. And Ronnie the Rooster is saying, yep, come on down. Sale page, what do we got here? Well, I don't need a semi. We already got one. And I use the electric Volvo on fresh stocks as well. And this month we should have, yes, this field right here of millet, I believe, right? Yes, millet is ready. So, wait, which header is the one sticking out of the shed here? That is the Kloss header. And that's the John Deere header. So we'll use the Kloss. Gotta be careful. Gotta turn super strength off. Did I leave myself enough room to get out? Probably not. Or maybe I did. Oh no, we're fine. Not quite lined up where I need to be. And I think we'll start over here. So let's see, all the crop I'm growing, I'm basically just harvesting it, putting it in storage and selling it at the best time. The only thing I'm probably, well not probably, the only thing that we're converting over is the corn into canned corn or dry corn. Everything else we're just harvesting and selling. Fold that header up. So I don't think I get straw from millet. Nope. I mean, I'll hit the button anyways, but you can see the stalk is still there. It's like sorghum. So we're not going to get any straw from that. So the rye, I think we do. There is rain in the forecast. Actually, let's just have a peek here. Not until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I don't think we have to worry about that. Hello, Brian. Welcome. Hope you've been well and you're having a good Tuesday. You're a PlayStation user, haven't upgraded from PS4 yet because of how much the cheapest is Sony announced the end of life stuff for PS4. Price increase for PS5. Gator, I am not one for telling people if it's worth it for someone to buy a game. Because it all comes down to a matter of opinion. I mean, me personally, I don't hesitate. But, you know, I don't know your finances. I don't know how much you want to play the game. Yeah, I very much don't really tell people if they should buy something or not. All I can do is just show you what game has to offer. I mean, there'll be sometimes I'll tell you, like when I was playing Noble Legacy, a game I do want to get back into once they have some updates. I said it's a nice game, but I would wait on buying it to see what they add to it. Because I mean, you can play it, but there's a lot of things that kind of ruin your play. That's why I haven't been back streaming it. Because you can only do so much. And there are a lot of things that tend to break currently. Brian, thank you very much for the donation. Always generous of you, sir. Very kind. I appreciate it very much. And yeah, hope like I said, hope your doctor visits have been going well and that you're doing well. So this field that we're in, this is an original field on the map. This is not a field that I plowed. All the other fields that I have are ones I created, but this is an original field. Forgot what I had in this field last year. But I think I might come up just shy of getting getting all the way through on this row before the combine gets full. Okay, looks like I will get on through. And since the fence is up here at the farmyard and not down at the village, we'll probably use that to move the chaser bin around. almost pulled the trigger, but then last update fiasco that happened, I believe, a week or two ago, kind of put the brakes on. I don't understand what what they're complaining about the last update that Giants put out. I don't know why a lot of people complained about that last update. Other than people complain because maybe one of their mods didn't work. But Giants cannot stop trying to improve the game that they're putting out to accommodate what people have done for making mods. It's the mods that have to accommodate to the game, not the other way around. And it's the same for every game. Like today, American Truck Simulator had an update. I'm not going to play ATS for a couple of days because the mods I use need to be updated. And I'm not going to sit there. You can't sit there and blame SCS for updating ATS to make their game better and get ready for more things that they're going to bring to the game to help with mods. But it was all mod issues that people were complaining about. Like Raximilius has said, a lot of people, their games wouldn't load because it was a mod problem. That's why in the mod hub for the past 2 weeks, you've seen a lot of updates. Oh, wait, I don't want this. I just started thinking grain trailer, and I was thinking that. We don't want this. Yeah, it was all about mods, really, not working. I mean, I had zero problems. But I'm not saying people out there didn't have problems, but it was mostly a mod problem. I had a few people message me on Discord saying, my game only loads to 100%. I don't know what's going on. And I just told them, well, start a new save. Find a new save slot. Start the map you're playing on with no mods activated. Does it load? They come back and say, yeah, it loads no problem. I said, then at 100%, usually it's a mod problem. And one person did say, well, why did Giants put it out if this was going to cause a problem? I had that same conversation. Like, they got to make the game better for them. I didn't have zero problem with selling stuff. And I'm playing on two maps. And it could be, like I said, yeah, the issues that they're having was a mod problem. Yeah, you may be trying to sell at a base game sell point, but if you have a modded sell point on the map as well, it causes problems. But every game, every company has this that opens up to where they have mods. When they update the game, some mods are not going to work and can cause problems. You just have to wait for the mod to get updated. And as far as I know, on Giants Discord, I have not heard any of the community workers at Giants saying, yes, we're aware of a problem, we're working on it from the last patch. From all I've read on the Discord is this mod needs to be, and there's a lot of modders on that Discord that I talk to. They're updating their mods. So as far as I know, the base game stuff is, I've had zero issue with it. But that's the battle we have in games like this. Farming Simulator base game is a good game in itself, but what makes the game great for a lot of us players are the mods. We all like to play the game differently, and we all like our certain mods that we have, but people just have to understand that when the game has an update, you may need a week or two for your mod to get updated to the new way the game has been written for codes and such. And if you are playing on a map where you have loads of mods installed and the game gets updated, trying to find the mod that's causing the problem can be can be a real pain. Now, I haven't seen the issue yet since the last patch, but I have been having a problem in FS of the grain not showing up in the harvester. I mean, technically it's there, but every once in a while, we'll see if it happens this harvest season, to where my grain would not show up in the combine. It fills up, then when I unload it into the trailer, it reappears. It's just a visual effect. I don't think it happened last harvest season, which was after the patch. See what happens today. I'm not too sure. Do ranch farm stuff for work, so I leave the FS stuff for the computer guys. I mean, I dabbled in the mod. I don't make mods or maps, although I've been asked to. I can't believe the amount of people that want me to make a map, and I'm like, that I don't have the time to make a modded map. But I do edit XML files, so that's about as far as I'm going to get into it. Hello, Branding. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. You have 200 mods installed and had 0 issues. Well, people were complaining when the patch came out, so, but, that seems to be the way nowadays. People, they don't have patience to wait for things to get fixed or organized. When the patch comes out, their first thought is, well, the patch came out and it ruined the game, so they're going to blame Giants for it. Had that happen the other day, but yours was solid fertilizer and a spreader didn't show up when I filled it. Yeah, I think I remember you saying that, Crystal. I haven't seen that one, personally. I think on this map here, I'm probably running like 30 mods. Probably. I'm not using a good amount of them. I just activate them when I start a series. When I start a new series, I just click on mods thinking, am I going to use that in the series? And if I think I might, I'll activate it. People love to complain. You got that right. People would rather complain than saying good things about stuff. If something good came out about it, you wouldn't hardly hear a darn thing about it. Like, oh, I'm glad they added this. This is nice. This is great. They would just play the game and just say, oh yeah, it is nice, but I'm not going to go voice my opinion about it. But if one mod doesn't work, they'll hit every forum that they can and complain that Giants broke the game or whoever broke the game because now their one mod doesn't work. I mean, we all saw, like when FS25 came out, people were complaining about when's the modded maps coming out? And it's like, the game just dropped and you want a modded map? Maps take a while to make, man. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, like you guys said, people love to complain. As a lot of you know, I just gave away a lot of Farming Simulator 25 keys. And honestly, I'm not sure if I'll ever give away keys again because it was just... The problem is, 9 out of the 10 people that asked for the keys when I was giving away were fine. It was that 1 out of 10 person that would come in and just be... And I'm just like, man, are you kidding me about this? I'm giving away free keys and you complain... You're complaining about how I'm doing it? But yeah, people just love to complain nowadays. You run close to 700 mods with 0 issues? Just 700. How long does it take for your game to load? Right? 700 mods. Yeah, Brandon does not like precision farming. And I get it, because it's not the way he likes to farm, so that's... Yeah, mod reviewers. I used to watch Mr. Silly P when the mods came out. But the only time I do watch his videos now is if a mod comes out in the mod hub and I have some interest in it but not quite sure how it's run, I'll go watch his videos. But I've seen comments saying, oh, I don't know why anyone would ever use that mod, or that mod sucks, or whatever. And it's like, well, then don't use it. That's... Yep. People will just nowadays As we have seen in the past week, it seems like it's getting worse, much worse. But I was glad when I finally gave away my final Farming Simulator 25 key. It's like, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm only half full. I don't know why I'm putting the pipe out now. And that is why probably some of the bigger channels don't give out keys either, because of just the hassle that you got to go through. He has to constantly apologize. Yeah, I have seen Mr. CLP at the beginning of it, and he goes, he's apologizing for things that he doesn't need to. He's too kind and too polite of a person. Me, not so much. I can tolerate people, but I'm definitely not going to apologize for anything. Millet does not seem to be filling up too fast, but it's like sorghum, right? How much does millet sell for? Millet. Oh, because I don't have any in storage. All right, so we'll go to here. Millet. $5.27. So it's not a great price. Is that the same? Sorghum is more than that, right? Or is sorghum... No, same price as sorghum. There's nothing too wrong with kindness. Well, no, there isn't. But being the kind person, people will take advantage of that. So... All right, Brian, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday if we don't see you. Oh, now I'm full. Millet is pretty much like sorghum. I know birds love this kind of stuff. I used to have some pet birds, and boy, did it! When I gave them millet, it was like... the way they attacked it when I gave them millet is almost like it was crack cocaine or something like that. My video probably just got demonetized because I said crack cocaine. Whatever. Actually, we're getting through this field rather quickly, or it seems like I'm getting through it rather quickly. Ooh, don't jackknife into the crop. Let's see here. So that's 240,000, and about a quarter of it is trees. If I were to come over here, land's not as big, and it's 174, but very little amount of trees. What's field 14? 7.55. I think it's relatively flat over here. That's 961. I don't know, maybe I'll expand that way. Field 14 is flat? Where the heck's field 14? Oh, I was just looking at that. Okay. I hardly ever look at the field numbers too much. But hello, Paul. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Is it as easy to start from nothing with small, cheap, low power and size equipment in small fields as 22 was? I don't see any difference in price-wise from 22 to 25. I mean, I think it's easier to make money in 25 because you got more production buildings to do. And of course, production buildings will make you loads of cash than selling this regular crop. All right, Jim, enjoy the rest of your day at work as one might. Appreciate you stopping on in for a bit. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and hopefully we'll catch you next time. But yeah, I always play on hard economy, halves all the way back to FS15. I always play in hard economy. I always pretty much start with, I don't want to say sometimes I start with nothing. If I borrow money from the bank to start my series, you know, we always got to pay it back. Shamburgo, my recorded series, that series there was the first series in a long time that I just said I'm just going to start with whatever the map maker gave us. But usually I start with nothing. I either borrow money and pay it back. Like on this series, I started with nothing. We borrowed 3 mil, and we're paying it back as we go along. Or I just start with nothing and just go from there, and it doesn't take too long to bring the money in. Especially if you play like on normal or easy mode, or economy. Yeah, you should be fine. But again, Farming Simulator has so many mods out there and different ways you can start. So, you can go at your own pace. This series here, I'm trying to spend money foolishly. That's why I thought I would do a horse farm. But it's like, well, I gotta try this horse mod that increases the pricing. And yeah, horses actually are making us money. Yeah, but wood chips made a comeback? You said made a comeback. Wood chips were never a thing, so it's not like they made a comeback. Wood chips were never there. The first time I did wood chips was in FS17 on Goldcrest Valley when Poplar was a thing. I did one field, sold it, and realized how much money I lost in one harvest. And I said, all right, wood chips never again. And finally in FS25, Giant said, we're going to make wood chips worth it. I'm actually surprised they have not changed the price of wood chips. In FS15, when logging or cutting down trees became a thing, trees were worth so much money. But after about 3 weeks, Giants adjusted the pricing of selling wood by like half. That's how crazy selling wood was back in FS15. Of course, we didn't have all the productions to bring wood to. It was pretty much cut down a tree and bring it to a train station and send a train off. And man, you got paid a lot of money for selling wood back in FS15 in the beginning. And actually, I like the way silage is in FS25. I know a lot of people are like, oh, why would you change the price of silage? I'd rather have the price of silage be a steady amount throughout the entire year, rather than having to hold on to it until December before you sell it. I actually like the silage being worth less, but being the same price year round. But that's my opinion on it, on the silage. Hello, John. A good Tuesday to you, and thanks for, wow, 10 months. Does not seem that long ago that I actually started having memberships on the channel. But thank you for those 10 months, John. Very much appreciated, as always. It's going to be weird in a couple of months, if you keep on doing it, of course, when you guys hit that 1 year mark. Because it really feels like this not long ago that FS25 got released to me. But it's been that long. I need a URL on your roadcraft map, sunken streams. Hanging up a little bit. Maybe there's something in those streams that can help. The only thing I can say is if you just go to my playlist on my channel, you should be able to find the roadcraft live streams. And I think most of the titles will say what map I'm on. No, 12th of November. I think if you're asking when 25 got released, I think it was about then, somewhere around there. I remember we started at the shop with our international pickup truck, and then going to the bank to borrow a whole bunch of cash. Or I already borrowed the amount of money. I think I borrowed $5 million when I started on Riverbend. And I went through that $5 million in the first 15 minutes. It's like, all right, let's buy this, let's buy that. Got to buy some land, got to buy some equipment. We bought all the production buildings that I kind of wanted to get started on. So yeah, I don't think I'm doing any fall planting again. So after harvesting this field, don't really have anything to do with it, other than maybe put some lime down. '13th of November. I don't know why, but 12th of November seems more correct. No. 12th of November. If you search it, 12th of November is when FS25 came out. Alright, last pass for the millet. How's the yield looking like in this field? Not the greatest. Alright, Gator, thanks for dropping on in a little bit. Have fun rolling in the hay. And enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. And be safe out there with the farming equipment, man. Safety third. Remember, safety third. Fun comes first. pH value, good, good, okay, good, bad, good, okay. Yes, I don't think the pH value is too bad in the field. And yeah, we'll just park that right there because I think next month I'll be using it again. So once I dump this into the silo, I can check my stock market page. We'll see how much we'll get for this millet. I would assume in December is the best time to sell it. Then we'll take this fence down. I got to put a couple trees into the sawmill. Also, we got to see what the houses are requiring. Yeah, so the millet, let's see, what do we get for the millet, or what are we going to get for the millet? Just under 30,000. Chop that off right there. Alright, let's go grab our dolly trailer. Head on down to the village. Trees into the sawmill, and then we'll see what these houses require. And then when we leave the village with a fence, we can load up and bring it on up. I hope I left my dolly trailer up here. Well, no, there it is. It's down here. It's kind of weird with these constructible houses. The first thing you bring up to them is one pallet of planks, long beams, and wood beams, when it's actually putting down a concrete slab. I don't know. I just work here. I deliver what they want. Oh yeah, maybe we'll go deliver some mail today too. I think maybe I should probably just like do that once per stream. Just deliver one truckload of mail and we'll deliver it. And I'm going to park this just right here. Because then that allows me to jump into here. Get that started again. Let me get around to the post office and make sure we got water in there. I actually thought about that last night because I've been talking, you know, this mod should require paper to make mail. But maybe we're delivering water for the postal workers to get the mail sorted. Because, you know, they're going to be awfully thirsty with all the water or, you know, all the mail they got to sort. Okay, so I finished row number 3, so we're going to start cutting the trees back down on row number 1. No, this map does not have flax. But what I should say, though, also, I'm not playing on the updated version of the map, so I think I'm on version 2.0, and there's a version 2.1. So I don't know if the updated version has flax on it. Come on. There you go. And there should be another little piece, yep, right there. Yeah, so how maybe I maybe have to visit this field over here just to see exactly how it looks. 188,000. Well, probably buy that lot by the end of the year with ease. So I'll have to plow it on up and get it kind of prepped for next year. Every time I go through here now, I got more production buildings in this area right here than I wanted when I started the series. I just wanted a handful, and I think we got a dozen. Although the vegetable production, which I just put down a couple streams ago, to have that, I needed 2 more productions. Or was it 3? I needed the empty pallets. Oh, and the paper mill. So 3 in total just to get the original one up and going. Alright, sawmill should be back up and running. 2 trees in total is what we got to bring here. Too bad I can't run, because originally I wanted to use, but yeah, I don't think they can carry much weight, and I think it'd be too far to use it. But maybe I could do something different with it. I'm talking about these things right here. You can haul. Why is that only 3 tons? That's 8.6. I may have to look on the mod hub to see if there's any other winches out there that... Because it would be, you know, I don't mind dragging them like we are. But if I could bring them to like a storage place, or at least, I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to do too much with these trees. Just cut them, drag them like we have been. I'm always though looking to try to do things differently. Yeah, but there was no way like those systems where I could like put it here and run the cable all the way over there and it'll drag here because there's too many things in the way. Alright, grab another tree. oak trees are the way to go. I think it's just under 2 years. But just say they take 2 years to fully grow. And from the amount of wood you get off them, they're pretty darn good. But you can't use a tree harvester on them, you gotta use a chainsaw. Oh wait, did I get rid of the stump? I think I did. No, I did not. And then I gotta find the other piece. Oh, there it is. Give me my stump grinder I have on Roadcraft. That thing works pretty well. Although I think someone did say there is one in the game, like I use on Roadcraft. Is it under miscellaneous? No, definitely not there. Stump cutters, I don't like that one at all. I mean, it works, but I don't like it. Mulchers do tend to work, but even that was kind of finicky. I don't really have mods for forestry stuff. Whoops. Hit that button one too many times. Well, I'm actually putting my road to use. And actually by having this dirt gravel down is probably giving me better traction than just trying to drive across the meadow grass floor. My trees are getting stuck on that again. Wonder why. I did the landscaping so they wouldn't get caught there, but they seem to be getting caught. I sharpened the chainsaw blade lately. I mean, it's cutting through the trees pretty darn good, but every time I do get rid of a stump, it does hurt me a little bit inside to do so, because I know in real life, just by taking care of one stump with a chainsaw like that, that blade ain't worth a darn. So yeah, it does hurt me a little bit to take care of stumps that way. You used the tractor mulcher for the excavator. I think the problem I was having, I didn't use the excavator one, I used the one on the tractor, but yeah, it's kind of like the same thing. I think my stumps were too low to the ground, because I fiddled with a stump for about 2 minutes just trying to get rid of it all, and it just, I finally said the heck with it, got out with a chainsaw and took care of it. I think you got to leave more of the stump behind for that kind of stuff to work. So I'm probably causing a little bit of a problem doing it that way. Alright, sawmill is full once again. So yeah, we're going to keep trying to park the winch in the same spot, which is over here at the carpentry. Let's just teleport up here. 2 planks, 4 roof plates. Oh, not planks, that's long planks. Alright, so 2 long, 4 roof plates. Oh, super strength. 2 long. Then I'll check the other house. I gotta do one house at a time because my brain is not gonna be able to handle that many numbers. Not today, it's not. Alright, and then the other house. Oh wow, 1 beam, 1 plank. 8 bricks, 2 bags. 8 bricks and 2 bags, they said. Oh, okay. And 2 bags. And then 1 of these. And another 1 of these. Progress support 66%. You're 2/3 of the way there. So, John, when you finally do finish the kernel, do you have to finish the kernel before you can go to the DLC? That's a question I should have asked. I hope you're not blocked from the DLC maps by having to complete the kernel and all that. So, question number 1, do you have to complete the kernel before you can get over to the DLC maps? And 2, when you finish the kernel, are you going to go back to washout, or are you going to start on the contamination map? Oh, this is a load of stuff for the houses. Ah, so, boy, some people might have been... So you got to finish all the maps before you can go to the DLC maps. That's interesting. So SnowRunner is, I mean, it's made by the same people, but yes, a different game. So on SnowRunner, we don't have to complete a certain map to get to another map. Now, when you're on that map, you got to do certain regions before you get to the other region. So it's interesting that, you know, you got to complete all that before getting to the DLC maps. Yeah, I think we're 70% done on the contamination map. is where I left off. Alright, so one beam, one plank. I guess I got all the bricks and stuff first. Bricks and bags. Again, this is not all for here, but it just drove on through. So yeah, all the bricks go here, right? 8 and 8. 2 of the bags. And then it's 1 beam, 1 plank. That's a big order, but I mean, they got a lot to do there. And the rest goes over to the other house. Alright, houses are going well, I think. Compared to, it took forever to get the first house done. Did I take care of the chickens this month? I think I did. I must have. Yeah, I don't know. I may get rid of these chickens at some point. Where is field number 14? Am I looking at the right direction? Yeah, up through here. I say field 14. Technically, it's lot 14 because it has no field on it. I mean, it's not flat, but it's not bad over here. I mean, field 5 is going to be really flat. 7.55. I think it'd probably make more sense to buy this field here. Or plot here and then here. Because that way I'm not going to expand this field over. I'm just going to start a new field. Yeah, I think that's what we will probably do. Try to avoid the hill a little bit. Maybe I will eventually expand over to... Actually, do I got flight mode on? We can run faster. There we go. Eventually, get this field over here. Of course, I'll expand on it. Actually, maybe I'll even put a shed over here, and maybe the fields over here will be like the vegetable fields. So I can put my root crop harvesters and vegetable harvesters over here. That way they're not over at the main yard. This will be kind of like the vegetable area. Kind of like that idea a little bit. Although I am liking the farm yard has come a long way in the last year or two. This used to be a lot of open space here, but we're slowly filling it up. And I do like this shed currently. I think this shed fits the farm well. But I was planning on putting the vegetable harvesters in here. I can put a lot of other stuff still in here, but for now, that is all good. Am I done for the month? Let's see, horses. They're getting kind of low on the hay. I kind of stopped giving them root crop currently because they don't really need it. But I should put some hay in there. And, oh, the chickens need some feed. The doits. How much is rent? Those houses that we built, I don't know if you're being a serious question or just joking around, but yeah, those houses that we built, we're not earning any money from those whatsoever. But it does remind me I should deliver mail. We'll deliver the mail up there. Ah, Sam is over here. Did you use all the manure that was in there? Sure you did. Looks like you did. And yeah, we're still doing pretty good on the hay. I may not have to cut any grass this year. Sand and dirt. Do I have access to sand and dirt on this map? If so, how? I have no idea. Sorghum. 20,000 would do it. 15,000 to fill up the feed trough, and that way, when we get to next month, they'll take. Oh, yeah, 20,000. I said. At least it's not foggy down here. At least today it's not foggy. There we go. They'll keep getting their feed. Let's go grab the telehandler and give the horses some hay. Well, the pH in this field is bad. Ooh. It's not hurting the yield too much, but yeah, this field needs pH. In other words, it needs limes. Let's go ahead and open the door. I said open the door. Weren't horses worth... for some reason I always got in my head that back in FS19, horses were worth 50,000. Or I remember that in the Pacific Northwest for some reason. When I was doing that $55 million debt challenge. No, Branding is right. You only need to feed them corn and grain for pigs to be at 100%. I mean, you can feed them root crop if you want to, but there's no need. When I was on fresh stocks, we had pigs. I gave them pig food, though. But in the early stages, yeah, we only had to give them corn and cereal crop, and they were 100%. But it's just like the horses. I don't need root crop to get them 100%. Yeah, I wasn't running any mods for the pigs to get them to 100%. They were just the two major crops. Just like here with the horses. I haven't given them root crop for a while. I'm just giving them base food and hay, and they're 100% health. And I don't have any mods for boosting up their health-wise in any way. So yeah, nothing there. So I'm going to go to bed at noon, which sounds really good right now. I don't remember in 22 base game what we needed to get the animals 100%. Because I did use a lot of animal mods for the later half of FS22. Not far into it, actually, I was using mods, so I don't remember. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is take care of the chickens and their eggs. Our poppy field, if you haven't seen poppy before, that's what it looks like when the crop is in bloom. Just a sea of red is what we're going to get. Too bad it wasn't like that for like about 2 months of the year. Is the rye ready? I kind of forgot now. The rye is ready. Sale page, nothing that we're looking for. So, oh, my cloth is over here. There is rain in the forecast, yes. So what time is that going to be here? Very soon. Wow, you can see. Yeah, even when you turn around and look at the poppy field. That is one heck of a sea of red. Might as well just travel right through the field and get over to the rye. Now here we might get the straw. I think we should. Let's see if I can activate it. I think I did. And there's the swath right there. I'm not going to do straw pellets. Again, I did straw pellets last fall or the fall before. And yeah, I don't want to use a Primos. If I'm going to do straw pellets ever again, I will be using the building for sure. I think there was a mod in 22 where you can grow flowers in a greenhouse. Boy, the rye is just pouring on into the combine. Greenhouses are a cop-out. Are you saying I cop out on my series because I use greenhouses? If it wasn't for those greenhouses in the beginning, I wouldn't have made money at all. I am kind of curious because it's been a while since I looked, but the last time I looked, I wasn't able to borrow money because the farm wasn't worth enough. I wonder if the farm is worth enough where if I wanted to borrow some money, I can. Let me have a look here. Am I able to borrow some money? Nope. I owe $2 million to the bank, but my farm is not worth enough to be able to take out another loan. Yeah, we'll use the fen. Wasn't it Alien Jim's greenhouses that did the flowers and mushrooms? Man, like I said just a second ago, that poppy field will grab your attention every time. Well, there are a lot of crops that Giants can still bring to the game, and I mean a lot of crops. No, I don't want to be in the fence. I want to be in here. Thank you. So the rye, I think, is based off barley prices, if I'm not mistaken. Rye, $3.98. Is that the same as barley? I think it might be a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little bit more. Well, yeah, with flooded fields you could do, I mean, there's a lot of different crops you can bring up with flooded fields, but cranberries is one of them. But of course, I'm also sure Giants just doesn't want to introduce every crop that you can do, because when they come out with a new farming simulator version, they want to be able to add stuff to it. Just keep checking my combines. I'm waiting for that glitch to come up to where we can't see the crop in it. Because it has been happening often more than not, but... Yeah, making kimchi, that's what I did on Riverbend Springs, and that was making me a good amount of cash. I just drive around this way, not try to back up, turn around. We'll back up the combine a little bit more. Don't want to be driving into the crop. Don't want to be banging into my 942 either. All right. So when I get to October, where we're going to have the corn, sunflower, and poppy to harvest, I'll probably get a tractor laying down some lime. And these two fields here that got the rye into it, and also the one that's had the millet into it. Don't nudge the fent over. That's a nice fent. Wait for all the straw to come out. There we go. Whip her around and head back the other way. Looks like a good swath of straw is being left behind, too. So is this crop being treated like oats? Hello, Bob. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. I think at this point, I'm just going to drive the combine up. Don't know what time that rain's going to get here, but it could be at the top of the hour. So I got about maybe 5 minutes in game. Let's see here. Yeah, because we don't got the 9 o'clock forecast. So we know it will be raining at 10. Don't know what it'll be doing at 9. I still can't believe with the enhanced loan system that my farm value is not enough to where I could borrow more money. Not that I want to, I'm just curious to see when I will be able to. Any new stuff today? We bought a shed. And I think that's the only new stuff we've done. I haven't bought nothing in the store. But the shed did cost me $160,000. What sounds broken? Yeah, we'll have a peek at the shed here in just a moment. Once I finish up this rye harvest right here. We'll bring this rye that's in the crop chaser up to the bin and throw it on in. All right. Nope. I was trying to get into my 942. Actually, I need to shut that off. There we go. Well, from what I remember in FS22 on the enhanced loan system, the way it works is you can borrow as much money as your farm's worth at 60%. So let's just say 2/3. So I owe $2 million, so that means the farm would have to be worth over $3 million to be considered breaking even. So the farm, if the farm was worth $3.5 million, I would probably be able to borrow just a little bit of cash. Is my farm worth over $3.5 million? You would think, because I started the game with borrowing $3 million, and I've earned a lot of money since then, but who knows? And I don't know if the enhanced loan system takes productions into account. I don't know. So Bob, this is what we bought today. It's this shed right here for like $150,000. Actually, let me get you a bird's eye view. So there's the vegetable factory. I mean, you know the layout of the farm well enough, I would assume. But that costs $150,000, and right now we're putting our combines in there, which freed up spot in this drive-through where I can put the semi in there. And yes, that is a field of poppy that we'll be harvesting next time. But yeah, parking our combines in there. I think my next purchase, though, for a field is going to be this field up here. I keep saying field. Technically a lot. Lot number 5, I think it is. And I just need a little bit of cash for that. $174,000. We probably got that at the vegetable factory. Probably have enough money there to do so. Did I check the sale page this morning? I did. Next act pack, bale, forage wagon. Yeah, nothing there that we're looking for. So this field here, of course, got to bale up that straw. We got to harvest this field still in the month of September. And we'll get the straw off the field. But yeah, I need to put lime down. And this was a millet field. This is going to need some lime. And then these 2 fields will need some lime. And that work can be done when we got this lovely little... This is the corn over here, I think. Corn should be ready next month, along with the sunflower and also the poppy. So we got 3 big fields to harvest in October. And also, let's not forget, we're slowly building our houses over here. We got 2 built houses now, and the 3rd one is getting close. It's getting close. But this house and this house is done. And, ooh, that house that came along in that one step pretty good. So we're slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. Oh yeah, we also sold our horses today as well. Don't want to forget about the horses, but we did sell the horses today. So that brought in a good amount right there. So yeah, overall, not too bad. And just checking something there. All right, nothing going on there. Okay. But I think that's where we're going to wrap it up for today. Kind of glad I did make it this far, though. Like I said, didn't sleep worth a darn last night, and I've been kind of tired today, as one would expect. Didn't make too many mistakes. Probably the usual amount, but yeah, I made it on through. My next stream probably... Well, I shouldn't say... The earliest my next stream would be Friday. Wednesday's my usual day off from streaming, although I will be recording episodes tomorrow. Thursday, I'm going to be out of town, so I'm not going to... Well, I could probably stream for like the first hour, but then I would have to leave and head out of town, so I don't think streaming for an hour would be good. So I expect to be back Friday. Fingers crossed. If I don't make it back on Friday... I may just take Saturday off and say the heck with it and take a break from streaming and come back next Monday. But I expect to be back on Friday, and I'll probably be back on Roadcraft. Hopefully, if it does work out in the schedule, Friday and Saturday, we can do Roadcraft and maybe, get the contamination map done. I don't know if I will or will not. 30% is a lot to get done on that map in 2 streams, but we'll see. I will have an episode for Shamburgo out tomorrow that's already posted, so that'll be out tomorrow, and I should have an episode of Transport Fever 2 going out on Friday as well. But yeah, I expect to be back Friday. Fingers crossed. If I don't make it back Friday, then you may not see me again live streaming till Monday, but I really want to get back by Friday. Anyways, I appreciate everyone being here for a little bit of Farm Sim on Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Have a good Wednesday and Thursday. And hopefully I'll see you on Friday. But until then, have a good one.